Hey guys, this is CogSoldier1711 of Fantail Gaming, and today I am bringing you my video review for Trials Fusion, the latest installment of Redlink Studios' balanced Trick 'em Up. It's hit an Xbox One, a PS4 and a PC somewhere near you. Now if you haven't heard of the Trials franchise before, first of all, where the hell have you been living for the past few years? And secondly, you've really been missing out. Trials Fusion builds on the highly acclaimed Trials HD and Trials Evolution and brings things into the next generation with this incarnation of the franchise. For those of you that don't know, however, Trials Fusion is a motocross balancing act skill game where you have to cross the finish line as fast as possible with the fewest faults along the way. While the game may sound simple, things couldn't be further from the truth. Trials may start off simple enough, but things change rather quickly. I'll get onto that in just a moment, but first I wanted to point out the most notable feature of this game. Now as you can see, graphically the game is very impressive, with fantastic lighting and weather effects thrown in for good measure. Now you may notice a small amount of pop-in. Pieces of the scenery will magically appear before your very eyes, but this so far seems to be reserved for the countdown to the start of the race, and from what I have seen doesn't affect the main structure of the gameplay too much. Like I said, graphically, the game is beautiful, with some stunning backdrops for your riding pleasure. Trials will also run at a full 1080p, 60 frames a second on PlayStation 4, while the Xbox One version, however, after receiving a day one patch, will run at 900p, also at 60 frames a second. While this is something that really doesn't bother me personally, a few of you out there would like to know that information prior to purchase. You really won't notice the difference between these two versions unless you have both systems set up at home in a side-by-side comparison. And you really have to ask yourself, do you really do that? Because I don't think anyone really does. Sound effects are also something that works very well in this game. Engine roar and the occasional tyre squeal are all present, with the added rider squeal as you are hurled from your two-wheeled death machine time and time again. Trust me, you will fall more times than not in your attempt to crush your friends' times on the leaderboards. Gameplay, as you can probably make out by now, is made up of maintaining balance on your bike across a series of progressively difficult jumps, bunny hops, gaps, ledges and near vertical inclines. Things will start off simple. You'll quickly get the hang of riding, balance and general control of your vehicle. Further into the game, you will learn bunny hops and how to cross almost impassable gaps, but all the training in the world cannot prepare you for the onslaught of the harder tracks. Trust me, extreme really is a bit of an understatement. Add this to your friends' ghost times, and progress visible during your own run. It becomes a battle between speed, skill, balance and competition, which in turn will add to the difficulty level if you choose to let it. New to this incarnation of Trials is the addition of FMX and skill tracks. FMX is a stunt mode with outrageous jumps for you to try and pull the most impressive tricks possible, whereas skill games are just that, an addition that features several different challenges while testing your skills as a rider. The controls are simple to understand, they're easy to use and difficult to master. You'd be forgiven for thinking that this could get frustrating rather quickly, and while you partly are correct, you're also partly wrong. When you fall from your bike, and you will, subconsciously you know that it is not the game that is being particularly unfair and temperamental. It is in fact you. It's your fault, and the blame is entirely on you as the player. This is both a blessing and a curse, as you can't really blame the game because you suck. Aside from the single player campaign, there is a large array of other features on show here. A full-on create mode allows you to create amazing levels of your own devious mind and upload these to the community for players across the world to test their skills on your creation. Likewise, you're allowed to do the same. There is a largely growing community for Trials Fusion, and this will only continue to grow in the coming months. Downloading another player's track is almost instant, and upon completion you can even vote a positive or negative review for that particular track. You can also add it to favourites for your playback later on. A 4-player split-screen multiplayer mode and online multiplayer also feature here as well, although at the time of this review the online multiplayer is unavailable due to a delay from the developers, so I am unable to comment at the moment on the online multiplayer. But I have to tell you that if it plays anything like the split screen, great things await and a serious competitive argument will be inbound soon. Lastly, people buying the disc-based version of the game will also benefit from the Season Pass. This is also sold separately via the PlayStation Store or Xbox Live Marketplace. The Season Pass basically allows you to pre-purchase all 6 DLC packs, releasing from launch through to May 2015. These are also themed, so expect to see specific themes for each pack. In addition to tracks, you'll also get new rider outfits, creation objects, and undoubtedly more trophy and achievement possibilities. So to sum up for you, the game is beautiful, graphics and sound are very impressive, and while there is a little pop-up in the graphical department, this does not hinder the experience you will have. Create mode allows you to unleash your creative side, and the competitive, challenging nature of the game will beg you to replay level after level until you achieve perfection. Add this to a vastly growing community and you're in for one hell of a ride, quite literally. This is an absolute must buy and a solid 9 out of 10. So there you go guys. This has been my video review for Trials Fusion. It is out now. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, comment if you're feeling chatty, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you online very soon.